Hello, Madridistas. Big news is coming for our midfield. Are you ready? Hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment to share your thoughts. We want to hear from you. As a proud Madridista, I must say that the news linking Real Madrid with Magni's Akliush excites me tremendously, because it is exactly the kind of strategic move that shows how the club never stops planning ahead, never stops improving, and never stops building a project that goes beyond the immediate season. While Xabi Alonso is preparing for his debut in La Liga and focusing on the sporting challenges at hand, the offices of the club remain busy, always alert to the great opportunities that the market can present. Officially, the message from Concha Spina is that the squad is closed, but every Madridista knows that this institution is built on ambition, foresight, and the ability to seize an opening when the right player appears. The fact that the number 30 of Franco Mastantuono has been left aside to keep a slot open shows exactly that intention. Madrid is preparing for the possibility of one more special signing. Magni's Akliush, the 23-year-old midfielder from Monaco, has emerged as a fascinating candidate. Standing at 1.90 meters, with a strong physical presence combined with refined technical ability, he represents a modern profile of a midfielder who can not only compete in the most demanding scenarios, but also grow into a player capable of leaving a lasting mark. Born in France with Algerian and Uruguayan roots, he embodies both the elegance of European football and the fighting spirit that comes from his heritage. This unique mix makes him the kind of footballer Real Madrid has historically transformed into a global star. His current market value of around 45 million euros is more than reasonable for his potential, especially when compared to the astronomical fees being paid elsewhere. For a club that balances investment with vision, Akliush looks like a bargain that could turn into one of the best business moves of this generation. Another aspect worth considering when we speak about Magni's Akliush is the cultural impact that his arrival could have at Real Madrid. Our club has always been more than a football team. It is an institution that embodies values, history, and global influence. Akliush, with his multicultural background and professional path, represents a new generation of footballers who are not only defined by their ability on the pitch, but also by their versatility and adaptability to different environments. His Algerian and Uruguayan heritage combined with his French upbringing gives him a sense of identity that resonates with millions of fans worldwide, particularly in regions where Real Madrid has a massive following. Bringing him to the Santiago Bernabéu would not only strengthen the squad technically, but also expand the emotional connection with supporters across continents, furthering the image of Madrid as the club of the world. From a tactical perspective, Akliush also opens up exciting possibilities. He is not limited to a single role in midfield. His physical presence and technical skill set make him adaptable to various systems. He can play as a central orchestrator, capable of dictating the tempo and connecting defense with attack, or he can be positioned slightly higher, taking advantage of his vision to create decisive opportunities in the final third. In modern football, where versatility is one of the most valuable traits, a player like him offers solutions that can make the difference in key moments. Imagine the tactical freedom that Xabi Alonso would have at his disposal, knowing he could use Akliush in different positions depending on the opponent, the competition, or the specific demands of a match. That kind of flexibility is priceless in the long season that includes La Liga, the Champions League, and all other challenges. Beyond the pitch, the transfer of Akliush could also represent a continuation of Real Madrid's philosophy of smart investment. The club has shown in recent years that it is capable of combining marquee signings with intelligent acquisitions of younger players who grow into stars. In this case, the relatively modest price of 45 million euros for a player with his qualities feels like an opportunity that must be seized. In a market where prices continue to inflate beyond reason, identifying talent before it becomes unattainable is essential. Madrid's leadership has always been known for its foresight, and moving for Akliush before his value doubles or triples would be yet another masterstroke. There is also the human aspect of this potential transfer. Young players who arrive at Real Madrid often speak about how the club changes them, how it demands the best, and teaches them what it truly means to represent greatness. For Akliush, walking into the Santiago Bernabéu and feeling the roar of the Madridistas would be a life-changing moment. It is not only about skill, it is about character. Those who thrive here are not just good footballers. They are individuals who embrace responsibility, pressure, and the expectation to always win. Judging from his maturity and the path he has already taken in League One, Akliush seems ready to take that challenge. And when he does, the rewards for both him and the club could be enormous. For us fans, this is more than a transfer rumor. It is a glimpse into what the future of our beloved club might look like. It is a reminder that Madrid is never satisfied, never complacent, and always looking ahead. The possible arrival of Akliush gives us the opportunity to imagine how our midfield will evolve, how new talents will blend with the existing core, and how the team will continue to dominate the footballing world. It is about vision, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. That is why, as a Madridista, I find myself not only supportive of this potential move, but genuinely inspired by it. It symbolizes everything that makes Real Madrid unique. The hunger for greatness, the ability to spot opportunities, and the determination to stay at the very top. Xabi Alonso himself knows very well the potential of this player. Reports suggest that he already had him in his notes during his time in Germany, considering him as a replacement option for Florian Wirtz, another great young talent. That alone shows how much trust there is in Akliush's ability to adapt and grow under a demanding tactical framework. Alonso has identified a crucial point in his squad, the creation zone in midfield. It is one of the areas where the team could use fresh legs, new ideas, and additional depth. A player like Akliush, with his energy, his ability to move between lines, his vision for vertical passes, and his composure under pressure, can give exactly that. He is not yet fully polished like some other stars, but that is part of the appeal. He is raw, talented, and ready to be molded by the right coach and the right environment. What better place for that transformation than Real Madrid, the club that turns potential into history? Of course, timing is everything in football. It seems unlikely that this summer will see a concrete move, given how the market has unfolded and the way the club has already built its squad for the coming season. However, 2026 could be the year when the move happens, unless another major European powerhouse, such as Manchester City, swoops in before. That is why there is a sense of urgency here. When a player of this caliber is on the radar, one cannot afford to wait too long. Madrid must calculate, but also act decisively when the time is right. We all know how many stories of great players were written simply because Madrid acted with intelligence, patience, and the right ambition at the perfect moment. The qualities Akliush brings are not just physical and technical, but also mental. At his age, to already be in his 5th season in League One with Monaco shows maturity, discipline, and consistency. He has faced pressure, grown through challenges, and established himself as a reliable performer in one of Europe's competitive leagues. This experience is invaluable because when you step into the white shirt of Real Madrid, pressure multiplies, expectations skyrocket, and every single match feels like a final. A player who has already learned to handle the demands of top-level football is much better prepared for that step. Combine that with his natural progression curve, and the outcome could be extraordinary. For us Madridistas, the possibility of adding a midfielder like Akliush should be viewed with excitement and approval. The club is not simply chasing a name. It is identifying a talent who fits a need, who brings balance, and who has room to grow into a leader. This is how dynasties are built. Not just by signing ready-made stars, but by mixing them with emerging players who can evolve into the pillars of tomorrow. And if there is one thing history has taught us, it is that Real Madrid knows how to elevate talents from promising to legendary. There will, of course, be competition. Clubs across Europe are already monitoring Akliush, and if Madrid waits too long, the risk is real that he could end up elsewhere. That is why it is so important to consider the long-term picture now. His contract with Monaco runs until 2028, meaning negotiations will not be simple. But Madrid has the prestige, the project, and the global pull to attract the very best. When a player sees a call from this club, there is no second thought. It is the dream, the pinnacle, the ultimate opportunity. If Akliush becomes part of our future, it would not only strengthen the team technically, but also send a message across Europe that Madrid remains one step ahead in scouting, planning, and building for dominance. As a Madridista, I fully support this potential move. I believe Akliush would thrive under the guidance of Xabi Alonso, and his qualities would add depth, versatility, and dynamism to the midfield. His presence could bring fresh competition, raise the overall level of performance, and give Madrid another weapon to use in the toughest battles, both domestically and in Europe. The thought of seeing him grow in white, developing his skills at the Santiago Bernabeu, and becoming one of the names chanted by the fans in the biggest nights is thrilling. Now I want to ask every fellow Madridista, what do you think about Magni's Akliush possibly joining our club? Do you believe his youth, his physical dominance, his technical elegance, and his vision could make him a crucial piece of our midfield for years to come? Do you see him as a kind of player who could evolve into a leader in the heart of the pitch, orchestrating play and imposing his presence on every match? The debate is open and the anticipation is real. What is certain is that the future always belongs to those who prepare, and Real Madrid is showing once again that it is already preparing for tomorrow. This possible signing would not only give us a talented player, but also reaffirm our philosophy: to keep dreaming, to keep winning, and to keep building a legacy that no other club can match. HALA Madrid. Thanks for watching, Madridistas. Stay tuned for more updates. Keep the white spirit alive, and don't forget to subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. HALA Madrid.